We talk about how they flirted with a crash out like the last 2 months, almost not making the playoffs, and they got in. And then the Cleveland series being what it was. Now this team staving off elimination. That was a stave. That's an all-time stave.
That's a class of stave.
That's a classic stave, yeah. All right, so I was mentioning this earlier. We talk about the trades that you don't make, and it gets plenty of discussion, the trades that the Tigers didn't make. But, Gator, it occurred to me yesterday because one of the things that Seattle gave up to get Eugenio Suarez was one of their top pitching prospects. And if Scott Harris called a GM looking for veteran help and a team wanted pitching, what young Tiger pitcher do you think they would ask for?
Melton.
And I can't state for a fact that I know that anybody asked for Melton, but I can state for a fact they didn't trade Melton. How big was Melton yesterday?
Melton's been huge. I mean, in both appearances in this series, he's been huge. I know he was greeted a little rough against Cleveland when I think he had this bad outing. Mm-hmm. But he was even in that game, he pitched the ball very well. He threw nothing but strikes. Unfortunately, Cleveland was teeing off on those pitches. But I love the way this guy's made up, man. He just throws hard. He fills up the strike zone. He's got confidence. He looks like he doesn't get rattled. He's got a smile on his face. And it's probably the most pleasant surprise. He and Javi Baez have been the most pleasant surprises to step up in down the stretch when they have. I mean, Javi in the 4 games against the Red Sox to finish the season, he had 6 hits. I'm sorry, no, 8 hits in that. Yeah, it was 6 hits. 2 hits, 2 hits, 1 hit, 1 hit in those games leading into the playoffs. So he was getting hot. Melton, outside of the first start that he made, I think, as a Tiger, since then he's been great.
In this series, he's gone 7 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts, 2 walks. He has been a massive part of both wins. The 3-2 win in extra innings, where he went 4 innings, and then yesterday where he went 3 innings. I don't know for a fact that anybody asked for Melton.
Right.
But Melton falls into that category of being outside their top 4 prospects, right? Melton falls into that category of being the type of player, if you were asking the Tigers for a pitcher, that very well could have got interest from other teams at the trade deadline. And Scott Harris didn't trade him. I mean, he didn't trade much. Anything.
No, he didn't trade.
And he's taken some heat, and understandable. Okay, yeah. Like this is why and yesterday is a prime example of why I'm really adamant about waiting until the season is done before we launch into a dissection of what went wrong potentially. But one of the things that he may deserve credit for is not trading Troy Melton. Because Troy Melton is helping in the here and now. And if I were another team's GM and somebody called and he said the top 4 are off limits, who else would I be asking for? Melton might be one of them. Now, maybe Melton was never going to be on the table because they had a plan for him at the big league level, but that doesn't mean that other teams wouldn't ask. And this man has taken his share of criticism, and we 100% get it, okay? But this could be where he didn't make a move that's helping them now.
Yeah, 100%. And I like what we've seen out of Troy Melton. I think he's got a very bright future with this team in the rotation. And we'll worry about that when the offseason comes and start planning ahead and what things should look like. But I really have been impressed with him as a pitcher and a key role that he plays on this team moving forward. If the Tigers are fortunate enough to win the game tomorrow night, if that happens and they advance the ALCS, I mean, this is a guy who's likely to start one of those games, or at least pitch in one of those games and significantly, not just like an inning or 2, but like should go 3 or 4. And the way he was throwing last night, it's like, keep it going. 35 pitches, 26 of them were for strikes. He went 3 shutout innings. Just, keep it going, man. And this is against one of the best offenses you'll face in baseball.
248-539-9797, asking people about their experience yesterday and what was a wild day, whether you were there, whether you weren't. We've had one guy call saying he was listening on the radio and he turned it off. Only found out after the game that they won and kept their season alive. Dave is in Ann Arbor and next here on 97.1. Hello, Dave.
Hello. Good morning, guys.
What's up?
Another great show. You guys are the best. I mean it. You guys are real pros. Thanks for all you do there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
So, roller coaster is the right way to describe me yesterday. I actually shared Gator's good vibe about the game. I felt very positive, and for the same reasons he did. Their starting pitcher against ours, and I wasn't quite as chesty as he was, but I felt confident. But where the wind went out of my sails a few times was first when Hinch took out Mize after. Yeah, and the question I want to leave you guys with when I hang up is I'd really like to hear your opinion on that, because I thought he was coasting. He struck out 6 guys in 3 innings, I think, and so that got me down on the scale a little bit. And then when McKinstry took those 2 called strikes, I think in the 4th or 5th inning, that were right down Woodward, and they were 4-seam fastballs. They weren't that fast. He could have jacked them. I think he ended up grounding out. And then the third was when Naylor made that unassisted double play. I thought, oh, here we go again. They're going to get all the breaks. But the reason I called the point I want to make is that we won the game because our all-stars played like all-stars.
Yeah.
I mean, Mize struck out 6 in 3 innings. Our 4 batting all-stars hit 500. I think they were 7 for 14. They drove in 8 of the 9 runs, and that's why I feel good about tomorrow night, because they only have to do half that.
Yeah, it was first half Tiger baseball right there, and you brought up a great point. The All-Stars were the All-Stars, and your numbers back it up. It was their numbers, but you're reciting them. It absolutely backed it up, and that's what we needed to see. Get a taste of what it was like to play in the first half of the season. Now, savor it, enjoy it, and continue to eat that way tomorrow night, and you'll find yourself on the ALCS. This team can absolutely do it again. And now they got the best pitcher in baseball going for them.
And that's why I think they only got to do half that. They only need to bat 300. They only need to score 4 or 5 runs, those 4 All-Stars, and we're going to win this game. But I really do want to hear your opinion about Hinch's move on mine.
I wasn't crazy about it in the moment in time. And Dave, this is understanding that I've thrown the stat out there a bunch. Last year, and this is a trend that's been going down and down and down, starting pitchers were responsible for less than half the innings thrown in the postseason because managers are going to their bullpens sooner and sooner. They are pitching. They love the matchup game. And even so, it still felt early after 3 innings, didn't it?
It did. I didn't love it because I thought, like the caller said, I thought Mize was not coasting necessarily, but he had great stuff. The 6 strikeouts in the 3 innings. He was pitching well. Had a couple of walks, obviously given up the run, but he was pitching well. As to why, do I agree with what A.J. Hinch did? I understood what he was doing because he's playing the matchups. He bringing a lefty to pitch to the lefty to start the inning in Josh Naylor. Naylor hits the base hit right up the middle, and then Suarez comes up. He gets a base hit, and next thing you know, you got 2 guys on. Was there a wild pitch in there too that sent the runner over, and then you get a walk and. Yeah, it's all types of trouble there. And you don't want to see that, but it's exactly what you see. And so Holton, who has been reasonably dependable this year, was a stud for him last year. He's using the situation and to try to use it to his advantage. It kind of backfired on him. Fortunately for the Tigers, the bats came alive in the bottom half of that inning.